This video shows how to study rates of reaction and to plot graphs from your experiments. Here we have 2 flasks and 2 gas syringes to compare the rates of 2 reactions. To seal the flasks, use stoppers from the equipment folder. Click on the free terminal of one of the gas syringes and move the mouse towards the stopper. This draws a pipe between the two. Pause the model so that when we add the chemicals, the reaction doesn't start straight away. Next, add the same amount of dilute hydrochloric acid to each flask. Click on the label of the bottle and type the quantity you want to add. Then drag the bottle across the beaker and release the mouse button when you see a pouring cursor. Now add some calcium carbonate from the carbonates folder. Add the calcium carbonate to one of the flasks. With powders, you can also change the form of them. Change it to coarse and add it to the second flask. Next, add a graph by dragging it over from the presentation folder. To resize the graph, click on it, then drag one of the grey handles that appears at its edges. The graph can also be easily moved around the screen. Double-click on the graph to open its Properties pane. In the Traces section, click the Show Trace To box. This adds a second trace to your graph. To choose what to graph, drag the target symbol from the y-axis onto a vessel. Then click on Properties and choose the quantity you want to plot from the list. Link the second trace to the second gas syringe and set the property to volume again. Double-click on the graph to open its Properties pane. Here you can edit such properties as those of traces. For example, you can change the colour of each trace. Unpause the model so the reaction runs and the volume of gas in each syringe is plotted. The graphs measure the different rates of reaction. To fit the axes to the trace, use the top 2 buttons on the graph toolbar. You can also zoom in and out of your graph.